Dude, one thing that really kind of made me like want to talk to you today was like you would come by Top Gun Memphis during some of the times where we would shoot. We had this thing that we stole the idea from Tom Givens, and we call it League Night. And
Mhm.
like it's really kind of like a more practical application of the stuff that we learned in class,
Right.
and basically showing up with the exact gear that you would carry around every day. And we would conduct exercises based on actual scenarios, like real life stuff. Um, and the skill that you showed, Phil, like the skill that you had was so far and above the average student that it just really intrigued me and everybody else that was there. So,
Yeah.
dude, if you could just talk about like some of the shooting you do and how you maintain that skill.
Well, like the practical league night that you mentioned, that being one of them, shooting IDPA competitions, um, and lots and lots of dry practice. Those are probably the three main things to got me to the level that I'm at now. And it all started, for the most part, walking in the door at Rangemasters. Um, it's life changing when I first got here to Tennessee. So yeah.
Man, right on. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about. All right. So we mentioned some classes. We mentioned some dry practice. Like, let's go back to Rangemaster. Like, how soon after the Marine Corps did you go to Rangemaster? Was it right after you got out, or
So I got out in 2012, and this is a story within itself. So I got out in 2012 from Beaufort, South Carolina. But prior to me getting out, December 2012, I'm sorry. But prior to me getting out, I started working part time at Palmetto State Armory there in Beaufort. Um, and my boss back then, he used to get on me a little bit and is like, just because you're a Marine doesn't mean you can shoot. And I was like, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. So one guy came into the shop and he just came back from Memphis. He's like, I was down there with Rangemasters, Tom Gibbons, phenomenal instructor. If you ever in the area, you need to go. So we were in the process of moving to Memphis, and I made it my business to let me find this Rangemaster place and see what it's about. And when we got here, I needed to get my CCW license, and on the website they offered that class. So signed up, walked in, and that's where it all began. I met a gentleman there, um, Jeremy Younger, and our last names are quite the same, but um, he was the first person I met in Memphis, and he watched me and walked me through that whole journey all the way up till today. And that's where it really started, right there at Range Masters.
what kind of classes do you take there? Did you take the IDC or the levels or what?
So my very first one was the concealed carry class in order to get my permit, but they offered uh, and it's escaping me right now, but let's say basic pistol one or introduction to pistol one, two, three, um, and there's many different levels, but after each one they say, hey, if you sign up now, we'll take off, I don't know, a couple dollars. But it was worth it because in that class that I was in that day, I learned so much about what I wasn't doing right, what I should be doing different, and the verbiage of what the follow-on class would be is like, man, you can't miss it. You need to just keep going, and I did that um, all the way up to and through the instructor's course, and I was actually in the very last class um, there, man, and it was um, I didn't know I was coming, but I was thankful just to be along for that ride and training under, Tom Givens and all those great instructors there.
Oh man, that sounds like that was truly special.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Wow. I missed Rangemaster by like 3 months.
Wow.
Like I left the Marine Corps and I went years just not getting any training.
Mhm.
And I I finally ended up deciding enough had happened in my life to where, okay, I need to start carrying this thing and I need to know like what I need to know what I'm doing with it.
Yeah.
And by the time I actually got on that train, it was June of 2014 that I finally
Mhm.
decided to, okay, I'm gonna get my permit and I'm gonna start training. And I kept hearing about Rangemaster, but they
Yeah.
closed in April. And I'm like, Dad gum, seriously?
Yeah.
So so when they closed, like what did you do in the meantime? Did you continue to train elsewhere or
So uh, it's kind of escaping me as far as when they closed and if they still had the Sunday night leagues after that. Maybe they had one or two. Um, can't really remember. But soon after that, um, it was mainly all IDPA competitions out at MSSA. Um, and then they opened, and that went along for years. But then they opened. What's the other one?
what was it?
Well,
There was another range. I think it was like Range USA or something like that, or
right, right. But Range
TWRA.
Range USA was open under that name. Then it closed, and then it
Yeah,
reopened to Top Gun.
yeah,
But I was back and forth from that. Then they brought one Shoot Point Blank,
yeah.
um, which is under another name now, also. But um, going there just for the standing in the lane and shooting, working on fundamentals. Um, did that for a while, and then through this whole journey, met with a couple of people and um, know some guys with a nice piece of land out in the middle of nowhere where we can go and be safe and you know um, get some movement done and some training amongst each other and with
Yeah.
that we're able to push each other and kind of polish each other along the way.
Oh man, that's so important too.
Yeah,
Like actually having someone to push you. That's
absolutely.
pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you found us like just for the viewers, right? We kind of laugh at the term like Range USA because I think Memphis is probably the only city that actually has this problem. Um, there was a Range USA, and after Shoot Point Blank opened down the road, I
Mhm.
want to say maybe like 18 months later, Range USA had closed.
Mhm.
Well, a few months after that, Shoot Point Blank changed their name to Range USA. So whenever folks talk about Range USA, it's like, okay, which
Are you
one?
yeah, are you talking about that one or this one? Yeah.
so so yeah, but nowadays, like so the old Range USA it reopened under new management. It became Top Gun Memphis. And that's where Phil came to us and he became a range safety officer, one of the best that we have. Pretty outstanding dude. He's one of those dudes that he'll it's good to know that he's in there and he has your back, and you know that while he's in there, he's one of those guys that's going to, that dude at the end of the bay that's acting stupid. Yeah, he can approach that guy and not make him feel stupid, but correct him on what he needs to do. So it's pretty awesome. Folks, I want to give a very special thank you to Top Gun Shooting Range here in Memphis, Tennessee. This is where I teach personally. You can shoot our fully automatic machine guns in a safe and controlled environment. We also have a barbecue restaurant right here in the building. Ferguson's Barbecue has 4.7 stars on Google reviews, and also it's the only public range in the Mid-South that allows you to draw from the holster. And personally, I believe that that's the best way for you to practice for handgun self-defense. Folks, I do not shill for anybody. I promote the causes that I believe in, and I believe in Top Gun Memphis. Come by and see us.